Welcome to the club.
Yeah, so really a fun night tonight. I like being under the lights. I liked having the fans here and just seeing the appreciation that they were showing and how much they were into the event. Fun to see the entire field blanketed with little kids for the kids clinic. The line for the autographs wrapped around almost the whole stadium. I heard there were some media performances that were pretty impressive out here in some of the pregame festivities. And we saw the ball flying downfield with Taysom throwing it and really fast guys catching it. And so in addition to already having a really great run scheme, a lot of run-pass options, with Taysom, the ability now to drop back, protect him, and let the ball fly downfield. I think you saw a taste of that emphasis in the past. Skelly Christian then, by proxy, steps in and keeps that going in the team settings. And so I saw, again, what I've seen all spring. We're going to be able to score a lot of points, and I think we're going to be explosive. And our team is unified. There's good chemistry, and I think we're on the right track.
How do you evaluate the defense?
Defense has a long ways to go, especially preventing big plays, playing as hard as they need to, being really solid tacklers, and being consistent. I've liked some of the progress I've seen, but I would say, long ways to go, but is possible. And so I'm optimistic, but a long ways to go.
How hard was it to see on the first play, say, go down with a knee injury?
It is the number one thing I think any coach would say. What do you hope that you might get out of spring, and so you balance how much do you tackle versus what the injury risk is, and we've made it this spring so cleanly. It is probably the least injuries that we've ever had in spring. Good news is the first report is it's a sprain, and that is really positive. So I can't confirm, other than what I've been told at this point, it's sprained with nothing more than that, which that's fantastic news.
Was the offense as aggressive today? We've seen it sometime in practice where they seem to be a little more throwing the ball, a lot of run plays. Is that just going live, trying to get this
evening?
Yeah, this evening.
Because there's been so much emphasis of throwing and really working and trying to develop our secondary, we haven't tackled much, and so with a chance to tackle, we actually needed to see the ball run a little bit as well. And so I thought the balance was good.
To hear you really excited about the offense, you had to make some tough decisions years ago to get this thing moving, and you and Coach and I have worked so hard. So how gratifying is that to see it come together?
It's really fun. We were a top 25 offense in the most important category a year ago, and that's scoring points. And that's even with the transition from Taysom to Stu, and it is at an up-tempo pace where our defense, I think last year, played the third most plays in all of college football, maybe the eighth most before. And so there is a trade-off to move the program forward, and right now it's showing up really from our ability, I think, to generate points, be explosive, generate big plays. I've added myself back as an additional resource to address the defense while that's happening, and I think that mix will give us our best chance.
What guys stood out to you tonight? Any guys?
Say it one more time.
Any guys in particular stand out to you?
You know, not only tonight, but I would say the entire spring. I would add Nick Kurtz to that. Mitch Matthews has had a phenomenal spring. Even though all he did was Skelly tonight, he's absolutely exceptional. Devon Blackman has improved his game tremendously. Trey Dye has really done a super job, and I really like our two offensive tackles, Brad Wilcox and Louis Lapuaho. And so from an offensive perspective, those guys are doing really, really well. Defensively, Sione Takitaki, Kai Nakua, Travis Tuiloma. It kind of starts with those three. Then it would go to Bronson and others from there, but those are the ones that I'd say, not only tonight, but if you're saying not only tonight, but collectively, that's what I would say.
Most of your defensive players have all mentioned the word accountability and how they feel it more this year. Is that you to them or them to themselves?
I think it's both. Every play matters to me, and they are accountable for the result of every single play, whether it's a scoring play or not. And that culture needs to be re-instilled and reverberated and claimed. The good news is they're claiming and they're holding each other accountable. And so it's just beginning. We're just kind of scratching the surface of what that's really going to look like. And the execution will catch up at some point. The fanatical effort will show vibrantly at some point, and then the results will show. And so my job now is just to accelerate that as much as they're willing to take.
We obviously have one more week left of spring ball, but after spring's completed, what's the goals as you get closer to Nebraska in the fall?
Well, so 3 more work days first and foremost, and so there's no throttling back right now. It'll be 3 more hard and aggressive days to improve the football team. Then we'll look and establish depth. Then as the freshmen. So then spring conditioning, summer conditioning, making sure the players are just fiercely fit coming in, evaluating the freshmen, then tweaking the schemes and strategies versus whatever new players might contribute, getting a great idea of what Nebraska might do on either side of the ball, and then get ready to play. All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Bronco.